Executive Heat.
Hi you guys, I'm Andrea Blake and thanks for clocking in to Executive Heat. Clocking in with us today is a true jack of all trades. From serving our nation to putting out fires, he now owns and operates a top performing business here in Arizona. Please welcome Ed Cunningham.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
That was a great introduction.
Thank you. Are you ready for the business side of hot sauces?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
I will do my absolute best, clear my sinuses, and hopefully put some hair on my head.
Yeah, let's do it. So the first one is going to be our African Rhino Peri Peri.
One of my favorites, actually.
Yeah?
Yep.
I've never had it, so I'm actually really excited to try it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. I can use this napkin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So on top of being on the X Factor, singing in front of 1,200,000 people, and wrestling a live mountain lion, you have also created a really cool thing for firefighters. And this is going to be a kit that they use after they are done extinguishing out the fire. So what is that exactly?
So it's actually a kit. It's a full kit that can do a complete decontamination of firefighters and their gear and their tools post a fire incident. This came about, unfortunately, through the necessity of cancer prevention. So when I was still in the service, one of the things that we noticed trending was cancer in the fire service. It has become the #1 killer of firefighters, unfortunately, and about half the names that go on the wall in Colorado Springs at the Fallen Firefighter Memorial every year are cancer related.
Oh, wow.
Or even cancer treatment related, because unfortunately the treatments for cancer are so harsh that that tends to do so much damage to your health that people are passing from even just the treatments before the cancer can take them.
Oh my gosh.
One of the things that was odd that we were finding out, though, is that a lot of our exposures weren't happening necessarily in the fire, but from our gear after the fire. Our gear was great at protecting us when we were actually interior, but when we come outside, our gear has soaked up all of these carcinogens, these toxins, and these poisons, and they just continue off-gassing for up to 72 hours after an incident. So even if we rinsed our gear with water, we'd put them up in the engine, the engine would reek like smoke, our skin would still smell like smoke because these toxins and carcinogens were just all over us. So my goal that I set out to do, and it took me quite a few years to perfect it, was to create an all-in-one kit that was simple to use, compact enough to fit in one compartment, that would do a complete TRU-DECON of the firefighters after they exited the building, before they even came off air.
Damn. Okay. So how long after are they actually wearing the suits? After they extinguish the fire?
Well, it depends. So we cycle in and out of the fire sometimes, but when we come out, usually we're pretty hot. We click right off of air and go right over. Our gear comes off. We go over to the utility truck and we'll reach into the cooler. We grab out water, Gatorade, we start drinking. Well, our hands are contaminated. Our gear that we're wearing is still contaminated, so it gets all over everything. Now we're ingesting it. So the goal of this kit, again, was as soon as we exit the building, complete, thorough, quick decon, then the gear can come off. Then we can go do our rehab.
So what exactly does the kit, like, how does it work?
So the power of it is in the compound. It's called the TRU-DECON compound. And it's part surfactant and quat, so it not only removes surface, but it actually can extract. The quat can actually extract from as deep as the fibers the toxins and carcinogens that actually embed down in the fibers. The surfactant will surround and encapsulate it. And then the second part to the compound is a peroxide-based emulsifier that can break down chemical chains. It destroys DNA and RNA of bacteria and viruses as well. So it's not just meant to break down the toxins and render them inert, but it's also meant for biologicals such as the coronavirus, the HIV, MRSA, C. diff.
Oh my gosh.
And it's one of the only ones that's powerful enough to do the kind of decontamination that we do under heavy soil.
Dang. Holy crap. That's actually very impressive.
Pretty fascinating.
Yeah, no joke. All right, we're gonna move on to our second hot sauce here.
Okay.
This is going to be the Yellowbird Habanero condiment. You ready?
Yep.
So upon opening your first restaurant, you've given back to the community so much. What is it that you've done for the community? That's what you're known for.
After the restaurant had been open about a year, unfortunately I had not been able to finish putting the kit together the way I wanted it. And we took some of our discretionary funds and started actually building these kits and donating them to fire departments. And after that, it just kind of went viral because of how effective the kits are and how desperately we needed it in the fire service. So I started a little business around it. So it was about a year after we had opened that we started doing that.
Man. And so I feel like people have taken note of you because you're in Surprise, is that correct?
Oh, Surprise, Arizona.
Nice, that's awesome. So for those of you that don't know, we're here in Phoenix, Arizona right now. So you're only about 40 minutes away from us. Nice, heck yeah. All right, on to number 3. How do you feel so far?
Good, that's not too bad.
I
might be feeling it tomorrow.
My lips are tingling a little bit, but not too bad. All right, so hot sauce number 3. We have our own. This is our HABOOB HEAT, 1 hot prick.
Yum.
And I've personally been downing this a lot on all of my foods, so I'm really excited for this one.
Nice.
All right.
It's actually made out of cactus?
Yeah, so there's cactus, prickly pear, there's tequila in here. Let me know if you taste the tequila. What do you think?
Looks good.
It's pretty good. It's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah. It definitely showcases like the Arizona vibes. Yeah. So you've had many, many jobs, many talents. What's been your favorite job and what was your first job?
My first job, I was 8 years old and I had a paper route. That was a lot of fun. When I was around 11 years old, I went to work for my uncle gutting homes. He would just pay us to come in and help rip up the carpet. And
that must have been fun.
Yeah, actually it was a lot of fun. It was kind of in the downtown Glendale when that whole renovation was starting to go on. My uncle had bought a few homes and we were renovating them. I don't know though. My favorite job was probably the music industry. So I was very blessed to get to do my dream for a while, which was music, singing, songwriting. Didn't get to launch my career into stardom. Had a lot of fun, made some great friends, got to record some great music and write with some amazing artists. Those will always be some of my most cherished memories. It didn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Man. So, and you do, like, was it mostly country? Because you said Nashville. Or did you say Nashville?
No,
I knew it was Nashville.
Yeah, nope, lived out in Nashville. It was mostly country music, but I loved good R&B.
Yeah.
Not like the gangster rap stuff, just not into that, but I loved R&B, gospel, liked writing gospel.
Nice.
But mostly country. I love all kinds of music, as long as it's good music. It's gotta be music that fills you, and it's gotta have lyrics behind it. It can't just be a good beat with crappy lyrics. It's gotta be the whole shebang.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am, for sure. That's like the one thing I listen to is the lyrics. And if it gets me, I'm good, you know? All right, hot sauce number 4. Yeah. Good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm doing this.
Hot sauce number 4 is gonna be CaJohns Black Garlic Chipotle. And again, my lips are still tingling a little bit. That's pretty good. So you are also known, again, many, many things.
I've had a crazy life.
You are also known as a motivational speaker. You go to conferences. What is it that you speak on? And I don't know, give me a little bit more about that.
So again, like most things in my life, this was another one of those kind of happy accidents that came out of really a low point in my life.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, but I was homeless at one time. After my first marriage, I made a few financial decisions that were dumb and ended up living in a car. It was only for a few months, but I worked every part-time job I could. I even donated plasma. I was the first person in line at the day labor office every day that I had off, trying to get back on my feet. But one of my jobs that I did was a sales job. I was good at speaking in front of people, and I would get up and do a sales presentation about products. One of the times that I did that, a gentleman came up to me afterwards and just began talking to me and got a little personal, and I admitted that I lived in my car, and he thanked me for talking and then walked away, and I didn't know who he was. The owner of the office comes up to me and goes, "Oh my gosh, do you know who that was?" I was like, "Some guy named Bill."
Yeah.
She goes, "That's Bill Gould. He's the billionaire that owns the company. Like, he was talking to you." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, he's a cool guy."
You're like, "Great."
But he kind of took an interest in me though, which this was one of the moments that just absolutely changed my life. And he gave me a whole list of books to read. But the first book, he said, "You absolutely have to read this," is called The 4 Agreements.
Yes.
And that book And the simple principles behind it completely unlocked my entire book of beliefs, my entire book of agreements, and all the things that have been written in it by my parents and by loving aunts and uncles and siblings and media and everyone else that puts their opinions into you and how you see the world.
Yes.
Once I unlocked that and allowed myself to scrutinize all of my beliefs and pursue truth, not, hey, I want to prove that the way I believe is true, but actually pursue truth, it completely changed my life. And it was really within 6 years of that decision of reading that book that I was in the music industry doing what I had always dreamed of doing.
Wow.
Yeah, it completely changed my life. But that's what I speak on. And the nice thing about the 4 agreements is it's universal. It applies to everything from, so I've spoken at singles conference where it was a bunch of single men and women who were trying to work on relationships. I even speak with firefighters, police officers, and veterans about PTSD and how to overcome the reoccurring trauma that happens from things that we've been through.
So if there's anything we've learned, read the 4 agreements.
Great book, great book.
I'm gonna put that on my list too.
Good.
That is for sure. Are you ready to have your butthole turn into the ring of fire?
Ready, Eddie.
So this is the ring of fire. This is number 5. Let's do it.
This is actually one of my favorite hot sauces.
Is it?
Yeah, I have a bottle of this at my house constantly.
Okay,
always.
to be honest, I've tried it once. They all kind of blended together.
All right,
so I'm excited to try it. Okay, so we're about halfway through. This is a little game we like to call Brandable.
Okay.
Are you ready for this? Okay. I believe it's 5. Actually, make that 4 different things that we came up with on our own. Okay? All right, let's do it. So the first one is going to be a smart firefighter suit with obstacle awareness.
Obstacle awareness.
What would you name it?
That's a tough one. With obstacle awareness. So I'm trying to imagine it. This suit, then you're walking through the fire and it's basically telling you that, you're not going to hit anything.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I see it now. Okay, I see it now.
We could call it the...
the tried and true. Just kidding, I don't know.
Oh, would be a great name for it. I can get this. We can call it the Dalmatian Doppler.
There you go.
Because, well, back in the history of the fire service, the Dalmatian would lead the horses through the streets and help them avoid the obstacles to get to the fire.
Oh.
And the reason they used Dalmatians was because they had spots, and horses are colorblind, so they would be able to recognize the specific spots on their dog. Because back in the day, fire departments used to compete against each other to put out the fire because they would only get paid by insurance companies if they put it out. So sometimes 2 fire departments would meet up, they'd beat each other up. Whoever was left standing got to put out the fire and get paid.
Holy shit, I didn't know any of this.
So the Dalmatian actually helped lead the horses and the carriage with the pump to the fire and avoid the obstacles. So maybe
That's a great name, and I just learned some history I didn't even know about.
At least something to do with Dalmatian.
Honestly, okay, got it.
That would be cool to have though.
So the second one, you ready? So the second one is going to be a smart fire alarm in your house. So anytime that you yell, "I'm cooking," when it goes off, it turns off.
That would be awesome.
I know. What would you name that?
You could call it the Karen.
Oh my God.
Since it just goes off whenever instead of when it's needed.
I like that. The Karen. The Karen. That's a good one. A firefighting app that recruits can use as a training guide.
I like that idea, actually.
Just kidding.
We call it the boot or butt kicker. Because a first-year probationary firefighter is known as a booter.
Oh.
So it could be the boot or butt kicker.
I like that. Okay. And then the last one we have is a firefighting drone.
Drone?
Yeah.
That would actually be cool. I know there's people experimenting with that.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the things we do when we pull up on a scene, especially a fire scene, is to do a 360 of the building. It's not always easy to do, especially if you have something that's fully involved or if there's something outside of the structure involved. To be able to have a drone when they pull up and everybody's getting off doing their thing, for the captain to be able to pull up the drone on the computer, have it fly around the entire building, point out any hazards, maybe even point out people that are inside and whatnot, will help him create a better action plan. So the idea of that is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Oh my gosh.
Guy, but a catchy, snazzy name for it. At a loss, maybe just the three. Well, we got to do a 360.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No?
I got nothing right now.
Is this hot sauce getting to you or what?
A little bit.
Yeah? You look a little red. I'm just kidding.
So embarrassed. I'm usually pretty good about coming up with this.
No.
So a catchy name for the drone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, your other ones were really good.
We just call it the Halo.
Oh.
Or the Valkyrie.
What's the Valkyrie?
Little Viking heritage. The Valkyrie are the, I guess they would be the angels that bring you home to Valhalla.
Oh, geez.
But they fly on flying horses.
Okay, so I've noticed your answers are really well thought. Mine would be like the fart pusher or something. Like I wouldn't even know.
I'm thinking too deep. I'm thinking way too deep.
You're coming out with good ones.
Plus, I was watching Vikings earlier, so.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we are now moving on.
Okay.
To number 6.
Okay.
This is going to be the Professor Phardpounder's colon cleaner.
All right. Let's see if it works.
It didn't work last time. So
Cheers.
Cheers. So upon, a series of hardships and becoming homeless, obviously you, whoops.
You're okay.
So, obviously you've come through. What advice would you give somebody that is now in the position that you were in before? Mm-hmm. This is good.
Probably some of the best advice that I could give someone who's going through their own struggles is don't ever let a bad day convince you that a better day can't happen. And don't ever let a best day convince you that a bad day can't happen. So it's all about remaining hopeful without letting your ego run wild and think that nothing bad could ever happen. I've witnessed people come from some of the lowest depths that a person can go to raise to incredible heights. A lot of the times when we see people who are successful, we just see the fruit that they have, right? And we go, oh, I want that. And then we get frustrated because it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Too many people don't understand that life and success is like gardening. It's like farming. You have to prepare the soil to receive the seed. You have to plant the seed. Then when it sprouts, you have to take care of it. Then you have to pull the weeds. Then you have to water it. You have to feed it. You have to let it grow. And that there's the fruit is at the very end. Too many people are so focused on the fruit that they miss all of the work that's in the beginning. And the more important thing is they miss giving themselves the kudos they deserve for the work that they're doing, because they only feel satisfied when they finally get the fruit.
They're not living in the moment.
Right. And when you learn to be satisfied in the work that's leading to the fruit and just allow the fruit to happen on its own, your life is going to be so much more fulfilling, even when you're going through the hard toil of actually working on the growth itself.
I completely agree with that. Now let's do number 7.
Okay, I got a drink.
Yeah, go for it. This is going to be our Quetzalcoatl ghost pepper sauce.
Got it.
Ready?
I think so.
I don't know.
My tongue's burning right now.
Yeah, actually same. Good?
I like the flavor.
So we hear that you're going to be hiking Mount Everest to commemorate a fallen friend. What is the, how do you train for that? What's the challenge? How do you prepare?
So this was something that came about, again, another kind of happy accident. I was sitting in on the committee last year that was working on the new bill for firefighters to protect them in they're not only fighting for cancer or fighting the cancer, but they're having to fight the workman's comp insurance companies to get covered for it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So a new bill was championed last year by Senator Bob Boyer and Rick Gray. here in Arizona. I was lucky enough to get to sit in on the committee meetings and be a very small part of it. But some of the other people that were part of it, a lot of this came about because of Austin Peck, who was a Goodyear firefighter that passed away of cancer last year. And a group was putting together people were putting together a group of firefighters to go hike Everest in his honor. We're going to be carrying his helmet, a set of bagpipes, and prayers from his daughters up to base camp.
Holy crap.
And we were supposed to do it in April.
Yeah.
Because of COVID and everything, it got pushed back. So we're still hoping to get it accomplished this coming April.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So a little more training days.
Yeah, thank God. Honestly, this chubby boy was a little intimidated by it.
Makes it halfway.
Yeah, well, it's a 76-mile round trip, and it's up to 19,000 feet.
Okay, that's the one thing I forget is you're not only going up, you're coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I hike all the time, and I always forget. I still have to come back down.
So that's the big thing. All we're doing is hiking. I mean, I hike, I run. I don't do a lot of weightlifting. I actually don't like lifting weights.
Really?
So yeah, I know I'm kind of a big guy, but
You look like you lift weights.
I don't at all.
Nothing wrong with that.
All functional stuff, but mostly hiking.
Nice.
Mostly hiking with weight.
Heck yeah. We are going to move on to Elijah's Extreme Reaper.
Number 8.
It's interesting because this one to me has a little bit of a sweetness to it, but I'm going to see what you think.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I tasted.
All right.
But let's see what you think, right?
Let's do it.
Cool. So, what is the deal with the mountain lion situation? What happened there? How did that even come about?
This is actually a funny story to tell. Because when you first say it, hold on, let me. Don't bite the bamboo.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's hard to chew. So this is actually a funny story because when you first tell someone, yeah, I've wrestled a live mountain lion, you're like, oh my gosh, like, why? Did it attack you while you were hiking?
Yeah.
So I have some friends that live back in Ohio, and they're considered one of the best dog breeders of German Shepherds and Rottweilers and Dobermans in the world, at least the United States. They're one of the only American German Shepherd breeders to ever win what's called the Schützen Award in Germany, actually competing against where German Shepherds came from. But people bring them hurt animals all the time. And someone had once brought them 2 little baby cubs that someone had broken their legs and just left them off to the side of the road. Hiker found them, brought them to nurse back to health.
Broke the baby's legs?
Yeah. One of them passed away, but the other one, who became known as Bebe, was her name, was too tame to be released back into the wild by the time she healed. So they actually, instead of putting her down like a lot of people wanted, they kept her as a house cat. And she was like a big house cat. And so when I first went out there, they said, okay, when you come in, Bebe's like a great judge of character. You know, if she likes you, you're in the family.
Oh my gosh.
And I walked in the front door, and this giant head just came and looked out of a door frame, and I just was like, okay.
Oh my
And she
gosh.
came up to me, started sniffing me, and then she just pounced and just started playing with me like a big house cat. No,
Okay.
And we ran through the house, and she'd swap my back legs and then jump on me and just wrestling the whole time.
Oh my gosh. Was she gentle?
I actually got some bruises out of it,
Yeah.
but yeah, she didn't really hurt me.
That's so cute though.
Yeah, she was fun. And actually, I was staying up in the guest bedroom in the middle of the night. I felt this weight on coming onto the bed, and I kind of looked like, and here she was coming up and just purring, which is weird to hear a mountain lion purr. It's loud. And then she started trying to clean me, and their tongues are like crazy rough.
Oh my
so I'm like
gosh.
trying to hit her and push her off, but
Dude, what an experience.
she was so gentle. Yeah, but she was
Oh my
massive. She was
gosh.
big.
I don't think anybody ever has that experience. Seriously, all these things that you've done, I'm like, what's next? Like, holy crap.
World domination.
Yeah, honestly, at this point.
Actually, I just want to buy a big sailboat and sail the world.
Ooh, that would be
That's
nice.
it.
Oh yeah. Hot sauce number 9. This is going to be our Heartbreaking Dawn's Repercussion.
Repercussion.
And this is the second to last one. You've almost made it.
Okay, I can
almost
survive.
made it.
I can survive.
Okay.
Is my face red?
No.
I'm not sweating yet.
I don't know, you're sweating.
Am I?
Just kidding, no. Upon doing all of these different activities and you have businesses, what is it that you do to relax?
Start another business.
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly, I'll finish. Honestly, I'm a real simple guy. A lot of people, they see the things I do on social media and whatnot, and they think I have this like crazy outlandish life. But I'm happy at home in my comfy clothes watching Netflix or Prime or something. I don't do a lot of grand things, I guess, in my opinion. But I'm an idea guy. Like, I love helping other people, and I love when people have business ideas and they bring it to me and I can help them mold it into something, you know, bigger than what they even have planned. For instance, I'm starting a beard oil company, which we actually launch in 2 weeks, called Frontline Beard Company.
Heck yeah.
And it started by accident. A friend of mine had this beard oil that he made, and oh my gosh, that was hot.
Yep.
It started to kick in.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be sweating on that one.
I'm feeling it.
So he had this beard oil. He'd been trying to get me to use it for a while. And I finally went he had a nutrition shop actually where he was selling it. So I used the beard oil one day and I said, okay, fine, I'll try it. And I put it on. And I leave, I go to my restaurant and I walk in and my manager walks up and goes, oh my gosh, what's that cologne? And I'm like, it's my beard oil. She walks up, she smells me. Someone walks up to the cashier and she's like, what cologne is that? Some total stranger starts smelling my beard.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, wow, there's something to it. So everywhere I went, people were smelling my beard. So I got with him and we started the Frontline Beard Company.
So what you're saying is you do run businesses and more businesses for fun and to relax. Yeah.
Just build things.
You've officially made it to the 10th hot sauce.
Yes.
This is our big boss bite. It's caked in sauce.
No
holding back.
See that.
This is going to be our CaJohns Memento More.
Oh.
And again, it's caked, so be careful. Take a small bite.
Small bite?
Small bite.
Do I lose my man card if I take a small bite?
Yeah.
All right, it's a big bite.
There we go. So Ed, can you give us a few words to live by to the viewers at home? That was a big bite.
That was a big bite. Don't eat the bamboo. Oh yeah, it's hot. A few words to live by. Oh. Make sure you drink milk when you're eating hot sauces.
We offered it to you.
I know. Oh, hold on. I'll get there. I guess we can go back to what I was saying earlier about don't get so stuck waiting for the fruit and wanting the fruit that you give up the value of the day that is today and the work that you're doing today. You know, we've unfortunately moved into an instant gratification society where people they want the fruit now so bad that they will accept the fruit even though it's going to cost them even more than it would have if they had just done the work in the beginning. You see that with credit, you see that with pretty much everything. I mean, debt has become one of the things that people just, it's just a normal thing to do. And it's not. If you can change that one thing about you, where you actually are happy with waiting for the fruit, waiting for the outcome, and just throw yourself into the work, whether it's business, personal growth, or anything else, you're going to succeed a lot faster, and the fruit at the end is going to be way sweeter.
I agree. Well, Ed, I'm dying here, but you did it with me. You've officially extinguished all of our hot sauces today, all of our questions, and we wanted to know if there's anything that you're working on that you wanted to tell us about.
Yeah, actually, I'm working on my book, finally. When I speak, usually I share a lot of my personal stories and things that I've been through and what I've done to overcome them. And I've had a lot of people ask for those stories in books. So in honor of my mom, who said that my life is like, in honor of my mom, who said your life's one of those lives you want to put a lawn chair and a margarita and watch. The name of the book is called Lawn Chairs and Margaritas.
Oh, I love it.
So
I love that.
We've got a few chapters written, and we'll be looking at having it available for public this time next year. So
that's
by the
awesome.
holidays next year.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And I'm excited for your trip in April, Mount Everest. And cheers to that. Be sure to clock in with us next time here on Executive Heat.